What's up, guys, gals, and gamers? This is Ryuji, and I'm bringing you a bit of Tekken Rev because, you know, Tekken's awesome. A quick apology for the gameplay being a little bit shaky this time around. The internet connection was a bit iffy, but, it was still pretty good. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. A couple of things that I want to get off my chest. First off, the direction that my channel is going. Really, when I first started this thing, I really didn't have much of a direction to go in. I pretty much just decided, you know what, I'm going to play video games that I liked, video games that I knew I was going to like, and I was just going to post videos of that, and I didn't really think too much, I didn't put too much thought into it. But as I started going on, I started, you know, editing the videos and whatnot the way I do, and, you know, it started to hit me, maybe I should kind of step it up a bit, because, you know, you guys deserve it, and for people who decide to watch me and watch the things I do, I might as well just step it up a notch. So, I want to lay out a few things that I want to do, what we got in store for the channel, for at least for the time being. One of the things that I wanted to do was, as you guys know, I post my DeviantArt page and my Tumblr pages at the bottom of each of my videos, because I want you guys to check them out. The main reason why is because I like to draw stuff. A lot. So, one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to post more vids of me basically doing Let's Draws, where I have a drawing and I basically show you where I do my line arts, my coloring, shading, and all that kind of stuff. The problem is, though, is that I'm not using some sort of high-end tablet. I'm actually just using a Fujitsu tablet PC, and that's mostly what I do my art stuff on. Simply using it for drawing and coloring, it does its job. However, when it comes to doing stuff like screen captures and whatnot, it kind of takes a toll on it, and it affects not only the recording process, but it also affects the line art and basically how the program responds to my pen inputs. So while I try to wrestle with that and look for a program that can capture what I do on screen without being too processor heavy, I'll try to bring out a few of those as best as I can to show you guys what is up with those DeviantArt links that I keep posting in the description of each of my vids. Next up, I know you've been noticing that I've been posting some Dead Space vids with my best friend Z, also known as Zord Base Commander, also known as now Zord Commander. And Dead Space has always been his favorite video game to play ever since the first one came out. So he decided to, you know, pick up a couple of copies for us on the Humble Bundle for Origin. So we've been playing it and posting the vids of what we recorded from each character's perspective on our channels. So check those out. Be sure to check out his vids because, you know, you can see everything from Isaac's perspective on his channel. Another thing that I'm going to do is I just recently got a copy of The Last of Us. And I know the game's been out for a while, but I've always wanted to play it, so I'm going to be posting that along with the Dead Space vids. I want to throw in a few retro games here and there because I grew up on retro, being a child of the 80s. So I've been thinking if I wanted to post some more RPG footage, or if you guys want me to post something a little bit more fast-paced, like an action game or a platformer, like for instance my Xenogears Let's Play vids. I'm going to be posting more of those too. Just got to get around to picking it back up and playing again. Back on the thing of retro though, I wanted to basically just pick up games from consoles that I grew up with, like the TurboGrafx 16 or Sega Genesis, and possibly Super NES. If you guys have any thoughts on that, or you want to see a specific game, go ahead and comment down at the bottom. Alright, got that out of the way. One thing I want to do for October is I want to do a few Let's Plays of some spooky games, because, you know, October, Halloween, they kind of go hand in hand along with spooky stuff. So, a couple of vids that I had planned. Amnesia, yeah, the game's been out for a long time, but it's one that I haven't played because I was too much of a chicken shit. Anyway, doing a Let's Play of that along with a few other friends of mine, and posting some vids of that. Also, I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Fatal Frame 1, which I think is probably the scariest of the Fatal Frame games. They released the Fatal Frame series on the PlayStation Network, so I'll be able to get a digital copy of that and be able to record that for the October event, which I still haven't had a name for. Other than that, I will post another video somewhere along the line where I'll talk about what video games I'm planning to play, or I'll be looking for suggestions that you guys want to see me play. Now, speaking of video games, I was browsing the internets like I usually do, and I found something totally awesome. Not sure how many of you guys out there are Mega Man fans, but Keiji Inafune, the guy who is basically the creator of the entire Mega Man series, has decided to start a Kickstarter for his latest project, and that game is called Mighty Number 9. Now, Mighty Number 9, from what we've seen so far, what they've released on the Kickstarter page, is looking to shape up to be basically Mega Man's spiritual successor. And seeing how that the team that's working on Mighty Number 9 is also people who worked on Mega Man, including Mr. Inafune himself, it's looking to shape up to be pretty damn awesome. I'll put a link of that at the bottom for you guys to check out. But as of now, it's already reached its planned goal of $900,000, but there are plenty of other stretch goals that it wants to try to achieve. 2 of them have already been reached, which is 2 more additional stages being added, plus a version for Mac and Linux computers. Now they're just about to reach their 3rd stretch goal, which is basically New Game Plus mode and another additional mode. But they've got 4 more stretch goals to reach, and the final one of those is basically you get a console release of this game, and boy oh boy do I want a console release. Oh my god, Mr. Inafune, I wish you the best of luck, because what Capcom did to Mega Man was basically a sin against God. But you know, with Kickstarter, it seems that he might be able to accomplish basically what he wanted to do for all these years. And so I wish him the best of luck. Though with the way that these numbers are showing, he's currently at almost 1.5 million, which just happens to be the 3rd stretch goal. But if he can make it to the final stretch goal, which is 2.5 million, then we can get a console release and we can see this awesomeness that he's been planning to share with the world, and hopefully that'll happen. Because good video games are usually the ones that are best made with as little restrictions as possible. And Kickstarter seems to be the way to make that happen. So guys, if you have any extra money on you and you want to play an awesome video game, and you know it's going to be made by the folks who made awesome video games in the past, check out this Kickstarter for Mighty Number 9. Like I said, link's going to be at the bottom. And speaking of all things Japanese, gotta talk about one more thing. The man, the myth, the legend, Hayao Miyazaki, creator of best well-known animes such as Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, Castle in the Sky, Kiki's Delivery Service, I can go on and on. But basically, the man has, at the age of 72, with the release of his next film, which is called The Wind Rises, he has basically announced that he's going to retire. Yes, that's right, you heard correctly. Hayao Miyazaki, anime legend to the stars, is finally hanging up his mantle, and he's going to pass the torch on to somebody else. Now, I'm not sure what you guys think of anime in general. You know how I feel by now. But Miyazaki leaving the anime world, I don't know, it feels like a major piece of my soul is leaving. I mean, this guy is so good, and Ghibli is so good. Now, him retiring doesn't necessarily mean that Ghibli is going to shut down, but it does put it in a bit of a shadowy light. We're not sure exactly what's going to be the fate of Studio Ghibli. It might go to Miyazaki's son. It might go to somebody entirely different. But as far as we know, the only words that we have so far is that after Miyazaki's latest film, The Wind Rises, is released and it's been produced for everybody to see around the world, then he's basically hanging up his hat and saying, I'm done. So whatever he decides to do with the rest of his life afterwards, I wish him the best of luck. Anyway, that's about all I've got for now. Stay tuned for more video updates and more releases of Let's Plays and playthroughs and possibly more 1-hour trials like I did with my Payday 2 1-hour trial and DuckTales vids also. But basically, yeah, that's what we got planned for so far and for the not-so-far future. So, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff because it's good stuff. Thanks for watching again. I appreciate you watching, and have a good day and a better tomorrow. Take care.